eventually causing
Here we go. We got another parole here coming out.
Physical fight with another parolee. It's a violation of disorderly conduct. And on 6/16/23, New Britain Police Department was dispatched to a call of domestic violence where you were identified to be hitting a female with open and closed hand strikes, pushing the female to the ground, eventually pushing her into the house, where more yelling and screaming were heard. New Britain PD found you in violation of the following: assault public safety for injuring Sergeant Beebe when you resisted being handcuffed, attempted to kick several officers on scene, interfering with an officer, providing several false names, attempting to jump out of a window to flee from officers, resisting officers' efforts to handcuff you, criminal impersonation for admittedly providing your cousin's name, another random name, in hopes that officers wouldn't contact your parole officer, risk of injury to or impairing morals of children as juvenile was in close proximity. The juvenile was sitting on the
altercation that happened with me and the gentleman, that was long past due. I ran because I already knew what time. I already knew what was gonna go on, so I just wanted to, a couple weeks of freedom, but it didn't pan out too well. So I take full responsibility for anything and everything after the fight. But that whole IOP situation was a bunch of hectic people trying to control.
History? Do you have any questions about the purpose or procedure?
No, ma'am.
Okay, important right today, right to have an attorney present. Do you want to continue without counsel?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you have a right to see the written notice of charges of the violation. Did you receive the written notice?
Yes, I did.
You have a right to view the evidence. You have a right to submit evidence.
You got good manners, so let's keep it real.
Examine voluntary witnesses or cross-examine adverse witnesses. You understand these rights? Are you ready to go forward?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so now review the charge. State your false charge bring against you. Any information underlying each charge. Charge 1, restriction, program participation. You're charging officer report 5/2/23. You changed IOP providers to T Renaissance to Wheeler Clinic. Your intake of Wheeler Clinic was on 5/2/23 for IOP and a mental health eval, which you attended. After intake, you met with halfway house staff supervisor Todd Hillis. He discussed with you your follow-up appointment, both scheduled 5/9/23 at Wheeler Clinic. You were given an authorized pass for both appointments from 1:45 to 6 p.m. The style also provides you with directions to Wheeler Clinic and to bring back any appointment information for your next session to be confirmed. On 5/9/23, you do not attend your scheduled IOP mental health appointments was confirmed by Wheeler Clinic. Charge 2, under Obey laws, obedience of law, you're charging off support at 5/10/23. You attend the couch near the window you tried to jump out of as you attempted to flee from officers. Said juvenile was crying and scared throughout the incident. Disorderly conduct for the initial domestic incident, which you were identified by the civilian who called the police due to you engaging in violent behavior and inflicting physical harm to your victim girlfriend. Charge 3, under Obey laws, drugs. Charging off supported on around 5/8/23, use cocaine. Charge 4, behavior management program. Your charging officer stated at 3/24/23, you attended your scheduled intake with Wheeler Clinic for their Explore Domestic Violence group located in Waterbury. You were instructed to attend DV groups once per week by Wheeler Clinic. Your first session began 3/30/23, but you did not attend. You also missed sessions on 4/6/23, 4/13/23. You attended groups on 4/20/23, 4/27, and 5/4/23. Due to your 3 absences, you were discharged unsuccessfully from or for your failure to participate. Charge 5, under halfway house placement, charging officer reported 5/10/23. You verbally and physically assaulted another parolee at the halfway house. You violated halfway house agreement where you treat others with respect and not engage in verbal or physical altercation with offenders. On 5/10/23, you voluntarily exited parole residence, Chase Center halfway house located in Waterbury. You do not return. You do not have permission to leave the halfway house. You failed to contact the halfway house or parole at any point thereafter. And charge 6, mental health eval and treatment being necessary. Your charging officer reported 5/2/23. You changed IOP providers from T Renaissance to Wheeler Clinic. Your intake of Wheeler Clinic was on 5/2/23 for IOP and mental health eval, which you attended. After intake, you met with halfway house staff supervisor Tuttle, discussed your follow-up appointments, both scheduled for 5/9/23 at Wheeler. You were given authorized pass for both appointments from 1:45 to 6 p.m. Ms. Tuttle also provided you directions to Wheeler Clinic and to bring back any appointment information for your next session to be confirmed. On 5/9/23, you did not attend your scheduled IOP and mental health appointments, which was confirmed by Wheeler. And the state has followed the following exhibits. These were put on the record at the time of the preliminary hearing. There are no changes to the evidence, so the evidence remains the same. Did you receive the notice of parole violation report, and the other documents that were submitted as evidence?
Yeah, and I was also informed that a lot of those charges were nollied, so.
Well, you can talk in a minute when I'm done with this. Do you need to continue the hearing to obtain any additional evidence?
Oh, no, ma'am.
All right, we have no witnesses today. I will put on the record, I received the addendum from PCS, and the addendum reported on 7/24/24, you were convicted of criminal impersonation 11-month jail sentence with all our charges nullied, and were also convicted of assault public safety, received a 2-year jail sentence, which runs concurrently with your also conviction for assault third, in which received a 6-month jail sentence. The EOS date on these charges is 6/18/25, which is today. So now is your opportunity to respond to parole violation charges against you. Well, remember that you may remain silent if you so choose. I'm going to swear you in under oath today so you can speak. So just raise your right hand for me, please. You solemnly swear, solemnly affirm, as the case may be, the evidence you shall give in this case shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God upon penalty of perjury.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So would you like to say anything in regards to the charges that I read?
No, I mean they're all pretty much. I remember them being as you read them, but a lot of that stuff was circumstantial too, like the IOP shit. Like I was half hour late due to there was a traffic thing going on with the bus because I have to commute in Marbury on bus, and the Wheeler Clinic is all the way up Bukit Ave that they sent me to, so it's not in walking distance. So I had to get on the bus. I was a half hour late, and the lady refused to see me. So that happened. That was the IOP situation. But I talked to the special parole officer the day that she came to the halfway house and asked me what happened. I told her, she said she's gonna reschedule it, but by then it never got rescheduled. So that's the only excuse I really have. Anything else, I take full responsibility for. But the whole IOP situation, it was hectic because they had me going to some other place at first, and this place was like it was just like so many staff short that they couldn't keep up with the clients, and then they put me in Wheeler Clinic because I was going to Wheeler Clinic for the Explorer program anyway. So they was just like, we're just gonna put it all in one. So that's the only really excuse that I could give you. Anything else, I take full responsibility for. The altercation that happened with me and the gentleman, that was long past due. I ran because I already knew what was gonna go on. So I just wanted to, a couple weeks of freedom, but it didn't pan out too well. So I take full responsibility for anything and everything after the fight. But that whole IOP situation was a bunch of hectic people trying to control shit that they had no business controlling.
Okay.
But other than that, I take responsibility for everything else.
All right. I appreciate your comments, and I noted what you said in regards to the charges. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to announce my findings in respect to the charges. So regarding that charge 1, I do find you violated program participation based on evidence provided, ES, N, and K. On charge 2, I do find you violate conditional obedience to the law based on your conviction of criminal impersonation, received a sentence of 11 months jail, assault public safety, sentence 2 years jail, and assault third, sentence 6 months, all to run concurrently with an EOS date of today, which is 6/18/25. On charge 3, I find you violated conditioned drugs and based on evidence provided, EO and P. On charge 4, I find you violate conditioned behavior management program based on evidence provided, which is E, S, N, and K. On charge 5, I find you violate conditioned halfway house placement based on evidence provided, which is exhibits E, L, Q. And on charge 6, I find you violate conditioned mental health eval, which is based on evidence provided, E, N, and K. So that concludes the fact-finding portion of the hearing. Before I make a recommendation, you will have an opportunity to speak to your background and history. This purpose part of the hearing is to help determine what outcome I will recommend. So if you'd like to tell me any of your future plans to go back out or what you plan on doing, what you've been doing for the past couple of years.
So I've never really had a problem with establishing like a good rapport as soon as I get out of jail. Like I always have good luck with that, like either getting a job or like being successful in the halfway hours, doing shit like that. I don't know if that's on there or not, but every time I go to a halfway house, within 30 days I'm working. I stay clean up until I get into some shit or get into a altercation or have some kind of mental breakdown. But I do have potential to be successful. I have a job lined up. Actually, I've been networking on a tablet. They got this job center thing on the tablet now. So, but I already have a job lined up. It's in Newtown. It's a restaurant. It's a dishwasher at $15 an hour. I have a person of interest that's willing to commute me, to bring me back and forth to work, and to make sure that I'm staying clean. It's kind of like a sponsor, if so to say. Like he's been clean for a couple years too, and he just wants to see me do good. So I've been in touch with a couple good people. Other than that, no, really, I just been trying to get this time done and over with, and get this behind me already. I keep on falling over my own feet. But if I was released in the near future, then that's what I would do. I would go to the halfway house, and I would try to work my way out of there. It's possibly a parole bed. I know I got about 2.5 years left of special parole, but I think that's plenty enough time for me to really establish a foothold in society and outside of these walls. So that's it, really.
What area do you want to go to for a halfway house?
Now that's the tricky part. Now, Waterbury seems to I have success there, but it's too far from everyone and anybody I know to for me to have any kind of support. So
where do you want to go?
I would probably put Hartford, most likely.
Hartford?
Yeah.
So you planning on engaging in treatment for mental health and substance abuse when you get out?
Absolutely. I was already doing that when I was home. I just, like I said, I got a little overzealous and got into that altercation, and I just fled the scene. But I was already doing that. And if you ask the halfway house staff, they'll tell you I'm quiet. I stay to myself. I don't really cause any problems. But I do have a temper. I do have a chip on my shoulder, and I do go from 0 to 60 really quick, and I don't know why. It's just it's been like that my whole life.
Have you done anything while you've been in jail to work on any of that?
They didn't offer me no programs. They said first I applied for something, and then they said that I'm on special parole, that I don't qualify for the program. Because at the time I was still just special parole. I wasn't sentenced to the 2 years. And then when I got the 2 years, it was already too late to start the program. I was already in jail for 15 months.
I know you've been in already for a while, yeah.
I've been in for 2 years already. But by the time I was even offered any kind of programming, it was already, the wait list is 6 months. And then the program is 6 months. It's just like, it's impossible to get anything done in here.
All right.
Right now, I got a request right now. I wrote for it because I seen it in the stipulations that he wanted me to start or at least complete the DV while I was in here. All right, I understand that. But that's not up to me. It's not like I can be like, yo, look, put me in DV class. I can't do that. They have to do that.
All right. Is there anything else you want to say in regards to future plans or anything else you've done in jail?
No, really. I just been. No, not really. I just been here.
All right. So before I make a recommendation, I'm going to just put a few things on the record. This is your 5th violation of parole. You do have 2 for absconding and 2 prior technicals. You were in community about 5 months before you were remanded back to custody. You did receive the new convictions, but that sentence ended as of today. A 1 to 2 year incarceration was recommended by your parole officer in the field. You did talk about a release plan, having a job. You do need housing. You do need to participate in treatment in the community. I do agree with that. So based on all of this, I'm going to recommend that parole be revoked and that you be re-paroled for July 16th, 2025, about 2 years and a month, period confinement as sanctioned. I recommend the following parole conditions: halfway house placement, no consumption of alcoholic beverages, behavior management program for domestic violence, no contact with your victim, MSJPMT, mental health evaluation and treatment deemed necessary, and in general, no contact with the corner store at 560 Church Street and 37 College Place, New Britain, Connecticut, as well as no contact with JP. My findings are going to the parole board on July 3rd. So the parole board's going to make the final decision on July 3rd. So they can agree with me and release you the 16th, or they can also hold you in longer if they like. They can max out special parole. So it's going to be up to the parole board. You will get it in writing about a week after July 3rd. I would give it a week, what the board's decision is. So you'll get, if they want to re-parole you, your re-parole date and what your conditions would be. And then, an officer comes see you. So do you have any questions?
Yeah, why did it take so long to schedule this revocation hearing?
Well, we're getting to the end of this. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. As I always say, stay blessed and stay free.
You just popped in my thing and I heard you as soon as I got your case, so I'm not sure why. That's got nothing to do with us. So do you have any questions about anything that I stated? Okay, so you are on special parole until November 28th, so you do have some time left to hopefully get things right before you're off. Hopefully the board will give you another shot. So you're all set for today, sir.
All right, thank you.
Okay, good luck.